Welcome to the new studio. We're in, baby, and it's time to kick off the Week 4 wrap-up show right now.
You're watching the Fantasy Football Show.
If we didn't have enough craziness going on with injuries, COVID, games getting canceled, postponed, what do I do with the Chiefs? Do I bench Clyde Edwards-Helaire? We had multiple big name injuries. Josh Allen just went down right now. Shoulder injury, he returned to the game, thank God. I'm sure they're gonna monitor the damn thing, but we know he's back. One piece of good news, at least. Nick Chubb goes down with a knee injury in week 4. He needed help getting off the field, not a good sign, but we don't really know the extent of the injury. We'll have to find out more tomorrow, maybe tonight. Maybe Pat Mayo is gonna have more information for you. Watch his show. In the meantime, though, you Kareem Hunt owners out there, all of you, the Fantasy Football Show members, knew what you were doing on draft day because you drafted Kareem Hunt, a league winner. Kareem Hunt is a league winner, and the dude only had 11 carries for 71 yards, 2 touchdowns, and if he's starting for even a handful of games, you could have yourself a league winner, a difference maker. And even when he's not getting all the carries, he's a running back 2, a high-end running back 2, maybe a running back 1. Kareem Hunt can no longer be traded for. You could toy around with the idea of selling him high if you're like 0-4 or 1-3 and you need some kind of spark and you want to buy low on somebody. Kareem Hunt would be a good option for you to sell away if you need to. McCaffrey. That leads me into my sporadic, okay, he's over here, he's over here. I have a little bit of ADD at times. Christian McCaffrey, my buy of the week. Go buy Christian McCaffrey before we get a hint that this guy is coming back. Think about it for 1 second. You're in a draft. McCaffrey, let's say, gets suspended for 2 games, whatever. If back in August you knew that information, you would still take Christian McCaffrey in round 1. Maybe after Kamara, Zeke, all the top 5 running back type players, yeah, you might pass a McCaffrey missing 2 games for those guys, but he's gonna go in round 1. He's in your top 10 overall. So don't wait for his value to rebound into that he's gonna miss 2 games moving forward type value range. Buy him now. You could maybe, if you're one of those Kareem Hunt owners, go swap Kareem Hunt for Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey could win you a league. Now, you gotta be built to weather through another 3 or 4 games. If you picked up Mike Davis, this works good. If you've got running back options like Antonio Gibson on your bench that can fill in, this works good. If you were smart enough and watched the Fantasy Football Show, you knew James Robinson was a must-add. The moment people were talking about him maybe getting a shot at some point in that Jacksonville offense. So if you're built to weather through it, this makes sense for you. If you're 0-4 and you have no running backs, if you make this move, use your judgment. Context matters. It's a case-by-case type situation. Back to the injuries. Chris Carson got hurt in the game but came back. He had 16 carries for 80 yards and 2 touchdowns. Sell high. There's a lot of reason to be worried about Chris Carson leaving you hanging when push comes to shove down the way. And a lot of people are going to be like, but he does good. He's going to leave you hanging. I'm not saying sell the guy low. You don't need to. That's my point. I wouldn't even talk about him if he didn't have a big game. Now that he has a lot of momentum, trade him high. Go get a much safer player to ride into week 5 on, and you can do it because he had such a big game. Let's talk about Odell Beckham Jr. for a second. Hauled in 5 of 8 for 81 yards and 2 scores, adding on a 50-yard touchdown run in probably a game where I'm guessing here, 30% of people probably benched him because they had enough. This is one reason why you can't have a knee-jerk reaction going into 3 weeks played. 3 weeks played, people are giving up on Lamar as a top 5 overall quarterback. I did a live last night on my smitty1.com, my YouTube channel. Subscribe if you're not. And through consensus voting groupthink, we came up as a group with Lamar ranked number 5 moving forward. Heading into last night, I had him 2. I still have him 2. I don't know that you can trade for him on the cheap anymore. You could as of last night. He had 3 TDs in week 4. I don't know that you can buy him low, but all week long and heading into last night, the thing to do is to trade for Lamar. The thing to do is to trade for Christian McCaffrey. Mike Thomas has been the guy to go get until now. And if you can go get him now, do it, but the window's probably closed. But I venture to say Lamar owners are still a little bit worried about him. You might be able to buy him a lot cheaper than you should be able to buy him. Let's see how the Colts are doing. I'm filming this during the end of the second game, so you'll always see me reacting to the morning games a little more heavily. Also reacting to the afternoon games as they're playing right in front of me as I record the video from the new studio. Will Fuller, 108 and a touchdown. Mark Andrews, 57 and 2 scores. I'm all over the map on what I'm talking about. Baker, touchdown maker. Disappoint. I don't know. You be the judge. 165 and 2, but they looked good. The Browns are a little bit disrespected, I think, across the league. Time to maybe think about putting the Browns into a category of a team that could really win on any given Sunday. Dalvin Cook continues to drop loads and shoot fire out of his ass on a regular basis. 130 and 2 TDs again in week 4. This dude, let me pull up his stats. This dude has 130, 181 in back-to-back games, 3 total touchdowns, and he's not even getting receptions like literally at all. He's like 2, 2, 2, and 1. Imagine if they use him in the passing game. Cook has 6 TDs in 4 games. Dalvin Cook is a top 3 or 4 overall player if you're drafting from today moving forward. Make sure you go get Madison. If you got sniped in your draft, shame on you, and you should take a lap. If you didn't draft Madison and cuff him, because he was so easy to cuff. You were dancing around like a Larry Fitzgerald or a Corey Davis range when you were passing on Madison. Shame on you, but he's probably been cut at this point. Go scoop him up. The duo is a top 3 or 4 lock, and especially because Madison is a super handcuff in a COVID world. We're living in a COVID world. And you can cuff a super handcuff to Dalvin Cook and guarantee yourself production. Same goes with Zeke Elliott and Pollard. Same thing goes with Kareem Hunt and his cuff, Nick Chubb. And Alvin Kamara and Lat Murray. These are super handcuff type situations that with COVID are going to be more important than ever moving forward. McLaurin getting back to work, 118 for Washington. The rookie Justin Jefferson's for real in Minnesota, 4 of 5 for 103. Adam Thielen popping back off for 114 and 1. Antonio Gibson's heating up. Trade for him on the cheap if you can. 46 yards, 1 TD. Kind of understated every week. You might be able to buy low. Zach Moss inactive for week 4. He's not playing today. But go get him off waivers. He's probably going to get dropped across the board. I don't want to hear it.
Smitty, he's not doing anything. He sucks.
Anybody that doesn't play by week 2 or 3, especially a rookie, sucks to most of you. You need to back up off that. Have a little patience. J.K. Dobbins, go trade for him now. Zach Moss, go pick him up now. These guys can win you leagues. Not now, maybe not next week, but after week 8, week 9, they might be cranking out fantasy production. You're going to be like,
damn, they're on waivers.
Mike Evans got hurt, then came back and scored. Mike Evans dropped 7 receptions, 122, 1 TD, and he was banged up all game. 5 TDs in 4 weeks. Evans is a beast. Tom Brady.
Oh, Smitty, Tom Brady sucks. You were so wrong about Tom Brady.
5 touchdowns and 369 passing without one of his favorite toys, Chris Godwin, in the game. Imagine when Brady goes to work with a full deck on a regular basis. Imagine it. And because I'm out of time, wait a minute, can't see me there. And because I think I'm probably going to be banned for life by Pat Mayo if I go over my 10 to 12 minutes, Austin Ekeler carted off the field. Not good news at all. We don't really know what's going on with Ekeler. Actually, we do have an update, Smitty, because this wasn't live when I recorded it, and now I have an update. Ekeler expected to miss multiple weeks according to Schefter. Damn it! Josh Kelly, you're in, bro. Now go have at it. Kelly could be potential league winner if you've been holding on to him all year. Great work. Pat will keep you posted. I'm out of here. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for joining me. Oh, and don't forget to follow me at sleeperu.com. That's my content site. Smitty1.com takes you to my YouTube channel, my short link, and heysmitty.com is where you can purchase a phone call. Right now, you want to talk about whatever. I'll give you relationship advice. I got a psych degree. Use me. I'm yours. HeySmitty.com.
You're watching the Fantasy Football Show.